I can't hear you. I still can't hear you. Can you hear me? Oh, I can't hear you. I don't know what's going on. Well, we're not gonna be sitting here like two gnats on a log. Let my co-host get his audio back together. Um, I hope you don't bring up Miami today. I don't want to. I don't want to talk about it. We're off this week, so I don't want to answer questions about why we lost, how we lost, and stuff. I
Can
don't
you hear
want
me
to.
now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
You
Oh,
can
I
hear me
bring up.
now.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. I got it. Okay. All right. All right. All right. You can hear me now. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going. I heard you starting off the show. I ain't coming out hot. He said I don't want to hear nothing about Miami
I
today.
don't. I don't. I don't. I don't.
Oh
I
man.
don't want to hear about it.
Oh man.
I
That's
don't want.
crazy. That's crazy.
No,
But
but to be honest though, I can't answer any question because I had to work that day. So I literally watched five entire plays of that game. So I can't give you a thorough analysis of what transpired. So I'm not the person to ask. So unfortunately, I can't answer any Miami Hurricane related questions other than we're 9-1 currently. So I'm
oh
lost.
man.
I'm lost. I don't have I have nothing. I have nothing for you. I
It's
have
all
nothing.
good, bro. It's all good. We'll get it together. We'll get it rolling. It'll be all right. Miami be all right, man. You giving them a hard time, but you supposed to though. You supposed to though. You a Miami fan. That's the way you supposed to be. You ain't no other way to be, man. Ain't no other way to be. So starting off, man, coming out hot, man. We starting off hot today, Shad.
You
Coming out
sure
straight.
like coming out hot. Good grief.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, they got an early 12 o'clock game. And as I don't know if y'all been noticing, but the way that we've been setting up the game picks have been by time slot. So the games that
I didn't
are,
know that.
you didn't notice that?
I didn't notice that.
Okay. Yeah.
You
Well,
just taught
yeah.
me something.
So this week it's Colorado has a 12 o'clock game, and I think out of all the 12 o'clock games, I think it's fair to say that that is probably going to be the most watched 12 o'clock game today.
Most
Besides,
definitely.
I mean, you'll probably be paying attention to the Texas and Arkansas game, and the Clemson and Pitt, and then Tulane and Navy, and there's a couple of 12 o'clock games that's on, but I'm probably pretty sure that be the most tuned in one. I guess I don't know, unless
Oh
it winds
yeah.
up being a blowout or whatnot. But how your week been, bro? You got through the week pretty all right this week?
Oh yeah. Everything been smooth. What about you?
Man, what up, Cuban Kane? What's going on? What up? He said, "What up, man? Look, man, I've been super busy, bro. Super busy working a lot of hours this week, man. I ain't even have time to really, do any videos, man. So,
I noticed that. Oh, I
hmm
noticed that. I didn't. I said, dang, bro,
hmm
ain't really uploading nothing. I saw you had uploaded something last night while I was at work. Well, you had
yeah,
uploaded. I didn't see it until. I got to work. I seen that you had
Yeah, man. I mean, if the people want to see more of me, I hate to sound like a beggar or something, but they got to show me that they want to see me more. You gotta, there ain't nothing wrong with donating. We accept donations around here, but up until that time you come, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to get up and go to my 9 to 5 to make sure that these bills is being paid.
bills. Your
You
bills
feel
gotta get
me?
paid. Your bills gotta get paid, man.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You know what I mean? And working a lot of hours, being a coach, a husband, a dad. I'm I'm coaching my youngest son, my daughter, you know what I'm saying? I work with her on her softball pitching, and then my oldest, he gonna be playing varsity football. So I'm trying to get him in the weight room. When I get out of work, we go to the YMCA. We got memberships to go work out after work. So to find time to do videos is really gonna be hard. So they'll probably be catching this chopped up throughout the week. You know what I mean? They'll probably be catching our show throughout the week, broke down into smaller videos that people will actually watch with their attention spans.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But like
you
I said,
know.
we're gonna make every pick as lively, as possible,
All right. All right.
Um, but but again, getting to this game, both of these teams they pretty much in the same time zone. So playing obviously it's gonna be an 11 o'clock kick here. I believe due to the time zone they're in, it's actually gonna be a 10 o'clock kick over there. So it's gonna be early for both teams. It's gonna be real early for both teams when you think about what time they usually play. So it's gonna be interesting. The interesting thing about this though, this game being announced preseason, obviously you look at it and say, okay, well Utah should at this point the roles are reversed
Mm-hmm.
because Colorado's in the driver's seat to be a representative in the Big 12 championship game. Obviously, a couple more chips have to fall, but they're in the position that we thought that Utah would be in. We
Mm-hmm.
think that Colorado would have a similar record to what Utah has, all this stuff, but the roles have reversed. You know what I mean? And this is a game against a team that, again, many people felt that they were going to come to the Big 12 and, sit their feet on the table and say Texas and Oklahoma have left, but we coming from the pack and we gonna run it.
That's a
And
fact.
unfortunately, that has not happened. Obviously, they've had some injuries and things that have happened. So I mean, this will go a long way. Colorado, if Colorado was able to pull this game out, I see you've already made your pick. I'm gonna go with Colorado as well. I mean, it's just too much offense, man. And
Mm-hmm.
the defense is coming together. And that's the thing about it. I think they found that perfect mixture. You know what I mean in terms of not putting so much on Shador. Obviously, I know last week they played. I kind of looked at the box score. They didn't really run the ball from a yardage perspective. They didn't really run the ball as much, but I think what they had over 20 some odd carries. So sometimes you don't get the yardage, but at least you have to make them respect that. Hey, look, we're gonna hand the ball off, so you're not going to just be able to just drop 8 back in coverage. You're actually gonna have to, dedicate some guys to the line of scrimmage because we'll hand it off because 2 to 3 yards here or there they can get the job done, especially with as potent as this passing attack is that Colorado has.
That's a fact. That's a fact, bro. Um, I second what you said. I mean, there's really not much I can say. I think you really covered it. The injuries. The offense, the defense and offense has came together for Colorado. The biggest thing for me is this offensive line of Colorado has really come together, knowing when to get to the second level. Um, Cash Cleveland leading that offensive line, the true freshman center that got subbed in last week. Um, he really knows what he's doing when he's going up. Like I explained last night, when he's going up there, he's pointing at the linebackers, he's pointing at the 3 technique, the 5 technique. He's doing that, pre-communicating with his offensive linemen, and so that they know if they're going to pull a twist and stunt, you'll grab him. I'm going to the second level, so forth and so on, because there's the blocking, getting their correct blocking scheme down, and you're seeing a veteran in that. As far as that goes, that's not easy to do, man. From it sounds easy, but it's really not. And seeing that come together and they're not getting pushed back into Shador's lap as much, then I think that Utah's going to be a long day. Although their defense has just come together, that's about all they do have because their offense through Michael Bernard. I mean, Colorado probably pretty much would be able to shut that down. I think so today, especially being at home, that home crowd helping them. They are, I think they're 13 and a point half favorites right now, which is crazy. Colorado
Still,
13 and a half point favorites. I think that's the first game that they're favored to win all season by FanDuel and other bet sites. That's crazy.
hmm,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, yeah.
Vegas has not been able to figure out Colorado. The major media, Vegas, so forth and so on. Nobody's really been able to figure out Colorado and what they got going on this year. They just really haven't, bro. That's just how it's been with Colorado this year. But to say the less, man. Do you got any prop bets for
Yeah,
this
we're
game?
gonna we got a couple prop bets. Um, over under 96 and a half receiving yards for Travis Hunter.
Oh wow. I'm gonna take over. I'm gonna take the over on that because Travis is always going to try to get a buck. He's good for a buck every game, so
Yeah,
I'll take the
yeah.
over.
Yeah, I take the over as well. What was the one for Shador? Okay. Shador Sanders over under 318 and a half yards passing.
I think I'll go the over as well with that. Shador has, he's been hitting that right around that mark lately, even with them running the ball 20 or 25 times a game. So yeah, I'll go with the over with that as well.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna go with the under. Now, and the reason I'm gonna go with the under is because I feel like if Colorado is able to get out to a lead on Utah, it's gonna put Utah in some situations where they're gonna have to throw the ball,
Hmm.
and it's gonna allow for Colorado's defense to kind of rush the passer. So their defense will end up being on the field more than they want, which to me is going to allow for them to, kind of, turn around and hand the ball off, not
Yeah.
to overwork Shador. So I'm gonna go under just because of that, right?
Okay.
Last one I got over under passing touchdowns for Shador 2.5.
Yeah, that's pretty much how they punch it in. I go over with that.
Yeah, I go over with it too, cause like I said, Shador is good for. I think he's good for 3 touchdown passes.
Yeah, three ain't nothing to Shador. He throw that with his eyes closed and asleep on any defense. But let's move it on to the next one. Clemson going up to Pitt. Now I put this game up here because I mean Pitt this season is already a success in my eyes. What Pat Narduzzi was able to do with Pitt this year. I mean that's already a success. They're sitting at 7-2 overall, 3-2 in the ACC. Clemson at 6-1 in the ACC, 7-2. Both teams is like, well, Pitt is on the outside, way on the outside looking in, but Clemson's right there on the outside looking in to try to sneak in and get a last, playoff bid. And I think it's going to be a good rumble because at this point, I think Pitt is kind of playing spoiler. That upset to Virginia, that I told you that offense is, you was out high on Eli Holston, but he's still a red shirt freshman. That team is young.
Yeah,
At quarterback and Desmond, the running back. That's all that Pitt really has. Well, that's all they really use. I should say. Eli Holston. That's all he really uses is him. They do have a couple decent receivers, but we know that defense is good. And this could be one of those games today that might shock everybody out there. Pitt being at home, coming off a bad game. I wonder if they learned a lot. They have been, and Clemson I showed their hand a little bit, and their vulnerabilities, I should say, in the loss. So I threw this game up there, but I went with Pitt for the last 2 weeks and I was wrong. However, even though I'm from the Berg, Sean Mad Love, and they may probably pull something off crazy with Clemson today. Uh, you know what? I gotta
don't
go with Clemson though, bro. I gotta go
yeah,
with
don't
Clemson, bro.
don't overthink it. Don't overthink it.
Gotta go with Clemson, bro.
Yeah, I mean this game right here, we're coming down the home stretch. Two more games left in the season. Obviously, I know we have two more games left with Wake Forest as well as Syracuse to finish the season out. So neither one of these teams can afford a loss right now, but unfortunately, one team has to lose. Clemson is literally right on our heels, and we're essentially ahead of them based on a head-to-head record that a head-to-head win that we have that they lost. And I think that game was against, I think it was a Louisville game, I believe. Or it may have
Mm-hmm.
been another game, but in any particular regard. So, and obviously Pitt still has something to play for as well. So both teams have something to play for, but obviously I think Clemson is more so in a driver's seat in a win now mode because in order for them to actually make it, they're going to need for Miami to lose to drop another game. Um, but I'm gonna roll with Clemson in this particular game. Obviously, I think more so. I'm rolling with them due to the fact that after somewhat of an embarrassing showing to start the season off with Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
their team has kind of been obviously kind of up and down. But again, when we look at Clemson right now, obviously you're going to compare them to their great teams, their Trevor Lawrence teams, their Deshaun Watson teams, even their Taj Boyd teams to an extent. And I think this current team is underneath those Taj Boyd teams. So the trajectory for them right now is up. I know Cuban Kane, like I say, he jumped in. He's a guy that has spoke glowingly about how he likes what Dabo Swinney has done in terms of believing in the recruiting aspect of it, not bringing in guys for 1 year rentals to kind of, and these are not his words, but this is just the interpretation that I'm getting from what he said. But bringing in guys to hot shot your program, guys that may be just there for, monetary gain. They're not really truly dug into the process of actually upholding the standard that Clemson has established for, the past decade or so.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I'm going to go with that because, and obviously, again, like you say, Pitt, I mean, college football is weird right now. I mean, you can pretty much guarantee there's going to be an upset every week, maybe even two upsets, to be honest with you.
Right.
But I just think Clemson right now. I think they're focused. I think they know that every that they that is it's do or die, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'm going to go with that. I think they're going to be probably a little bit more motivated than Pitt, and I think they have just a smidge of more talent than they have. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
they do. They do.
I'm gonna roll with Clemson though.
They do. They got a lot. They got it spread out on offense. I think their offense is better than Pitt's for sure. Um, Pitt is FanDuel got Pitt. They're the underdogs, 12.5 points. They're giving Pitt 12.5 points.
Oh wow.
Yep.
They're
Clemson
not looking for
is
this
12 and a
game to
half
be
point
close.
favorite over Pitt at home. So
Yeah, they're not looking for the game to be close than 12 and a half.
nah, nah, I don't think so, man. I don't think so. And just some other quick games, real quick, just to, what I mean, just to throw out there real quick before we move on to the next one and get other prop bets or whatever for this game. Tulane's taking on Navy today at 12 o'clock. Liberty's taking on UMass. I don't know if a lot of y'all care about that. Western Kentucky's playing LA Tech, and Louisiana Monroe be playing Auburn. Coastal Carolina's playing Marshall. Murray State is playing Kentucky. Mercer's playing Alabama. FIU, Jacksonville State. FAU is playing Temple. And yeah, so just wanted to throw those out there real quick.
Yeah, Bama with that annual Mercer game, the game that's
Yeah.
always on the schedule.
You got some prop bets for this, John, or nah?
I ain't really got that many for this one. They ain't really got
Okay.
many uploaded. I'll just do one because they don't
Okay.
have the three of them uploaded. So ain't no sense in running through all three of them because they're all for Clemson. But we'll go with Phil Maffa over under 104.5 yards rushing on Pitt.
They on that Pitt defense over. Ooh. I don't know under, man. I guess I go with the under on that. I don't want to think guess too long, but Pitt's defense, I don't want to disrespect it. But I mean, they have been getting gashed, but I get that's tough to say though. They're gonna feel
I'm a
my on them to death.
I'm gonna take the over.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna take the over on that one.
Yeah, listen to Shad with that one. I don't.
No, don't listen to me on that one. We didn't lose that. We didn't lost all your money. Don't listen to me.
Ah, there you go. This got to be your favorite game of the day, right? This got to be
Man,
your favorite game for
my
the day.
my heartstrings are being pulled in so many directions right now. I love the fight in the line now. If people don't know that by now, I do. And I'm not saying this as a troll or anything. I love the fight in the line now. I love Michigan State right now. They have a very good young team with a lot of talent offensively and defensively. So man, this game right here is gonna be hard for me to really decide because to me in a perfect scenario, in a perfect world,
Not me.
Michigan State puts it together and Michigan State beat Illinois in a perfect world. But unfortunately, Michigan State is an imperfect team. So you don't know what you're gonna get from them week to week. Aiden Childs may look like, a great quarterback this particular drive, and then he comes out and he turns the ball over. But like I said, he has a crap ton of talent around him. But man, I'm about to go with the fighting the line now, man. I mean,
Yeah.
Brett Bielema, Luke, just I mean they're a tough team. The defense is gonna be tough. I don't. But again, like I said, I could very well see Michigan State coming out and having a surprise game like they did against Iowa in a situation that they played how they were supposed to play. And
Uh-huh.
my words verbatim were Michigan State has all the talent in the world to beat Iowa, but they're not going to do it. And I'm basically going to say the same exact thing here again. Michigan State has all the talent in the world to beat Illinois, but I truly feel like this time they're not going to do it. I mean, they're not going to do it again, right? So I'm gonna roll with the fighting line now, Brett Bielema. Like I said, I've rocked with Illinois in some games that I probably shouldn't have. Obviously, the Penn State game. You know,
I think
I picked Illinois. Like I said, I mean, this is
yeah.
what it is, man. Fighting the line now.
Illinois is fighting alumni is a really good football team and what I'm saying all three phases of the game. I think they're a good football team. You got your good, your greats, and your elites, and it's like they can beat these average teams or teams that match up well with them, like Michigan. But when it comes to the elite teams, I don't think they're quite there yet. You know what I mean? Like the Oregon,
No.
Ohio State. Um, but look, they're a good team and they fight and they that's what they do. They play hard. And that's why, watching them for the past couple of weeks and how they've been playing these teams, Illinois, man, they are a couple of plays away this
Yeah.
year from being a 9-win team right now. Like a couple, literally. I will say that. I'm going to go as far as saying that, man. They're a couple of plays away, man. They've been playing really good ball. They're 6-3 overall, 3-3 in the Big Ten. Michigan State's 4-5, 2-4 in the Big Ten. I really like what the fighting alumni has put together over there, man. You got me looking into that team, and they are tough. They are a very tough team, man. Um, they
Yeah,
are. They
yeah.
just and I'm rolling with them, and they're at home today. I think it'll be a good one too. So that's another reason why I put that up there on the slide. You got some prop bet for this
Champagne.
joint?
Nah, they being disrespectful right now. They're not putting no respect on Michigan State and Illinois. I might have to stop using this website. They being mad disrespectful right now.
Wow,
How you not gonna have no props for Illinois?
wow,
Zachariah
wow.
Franklin.
Well, there's another one.
Oh,
There's another one for you. This one, another one for you, dog. This
you
another one.
hey, you can go hey, you can go ahead and put me up beside Syracuse because I told you a
Yeah,
couple of weeks ago
yep.
I'm not picking Cal. Y'all let Miami walk y'all down.
Uh-huh.
Y'all not serious about football. Not putting
But but they did
but they bounced back. They've had some some decent wins and
Cal being
games
at
after that.
home, man.
And I don't care about none of that, dog. I don't care about none of that.
They look. I'm gonna say it like this, man. Syracuse, look, I'm gonna roll with Syracuse today because I gotta see. what Cal McCoy. I think Cal McCoy about to put something together real nice, man. I think that offense over at Syracuse finally has got going, man. Fran Brown, they got to play for Fran Brown. I think that he getting. I want to say that he finished off winning 7 games this year. I don't know. I got to take a look at their schedule again. I don't know who they have after Cal. Who do they play after Cal? Do you know that?
Nah, I know they got us the last week of the season though.
Oh yeah, see, they got y'all the last game of the season. Yep, they got Miami. So I'm rolling. I'm gonna roll with Syracuse in this game, also, man. Being on the road, I just think they're the better team all the way around. Cal is spotty. That young quarterback, he's going to be a problem though. That quarterback over at Cal is going to be a problem. One more, give him next year. I hope they get some talent around him. I don't know how things work out there at Cal, but man, they do got a quarterback. Hopefully they able to hold him. You know how this transfer portal thing be working. I don't know if he went out or not because Cal should be a better team than what they're playing right now, than what their record is. But you know, I guess you are what your record is. I guess that's what they say. But they should be
Yep.
playing a lot better, dog. They should be, bro. Their record should be
Yeah.
a lot better than what they showing right now, Shad. They really should be. But it is what it is. But that's what I'm rolling with, man. And there ain't no props for this game neither. I'm guessing.
Uh, no, we kind of went through this kind of fast. No, I don't think it's. Let me see. No, ain't no props for that either.
What, this
But what?
game?
No, ain't no props for this game.
No, go ahead. Break the game down.
Oh no, no. What I was gonna say is though, like I said, this Syracuse offense, man, when it gets going, man, they can, they can go score for score with anybody, right? But what I will say about this though, to take my bias out of it, to take my pettiness out of it, again, I've watched a lot more Syracuse than I watched of Cal, right? But
Mm-hmm.
but when I did watch Cal play, obviously it was against us. I was thoroughly impressed with their defense, and I do know that Syracuse does have some issues up front in terms of protection. I do know that their defense is not that good at all in many aspects. Um, so I will say this though, if Syracuse defense does not put together some drives to slow Cal down, then this game very well could swing in Cal's favor, even with the amount of offensive prowess that Syracuse have.
Yeah.
Because I will say this, I think Cal, if we're talking about just an overall team, which one is the better overall team when you add in all aspects of the game? I think Cal is probably the better team. I think Syracuse has the much better obviously offense, and I think obviously Cal's defense is better, but I think Cal's offense is better than Syracuse's defense, if that makes any sense to you. But like I said, I mean, what's the point spread? Who's
Yeah, I
favored?
switch. I'm switching my pick. Y'all
What you
go with
switch?
Cal. Go with
You
Cal. Cal is 9.5 point favorite to this game at home,
so
man.
I mean, and I'm not, and listen, I'm not mad with it. I can listen, I can respect it because again, I mean, like I say, Syracuse started off hot. The game against, and again, each one of the games that Syracuse has lost, it's really been a story of turnovers. Obviously, the going back to the Stanford loss, uncharacteristic turnovers, right? Then obviously we got the Pitt debacle where Kyle McCord throws, um, 5 interceptions in that particular game. So I mean, if Syracuse doesn't turn the ball over, Syracuse very well could be undefeated. But again, we can't go back to hoping and wishing and stuff like that. What's happened is happened. But like I said, I'm gonna roll with Syracuse, man. Like you say, they got to travel across the country, so that's gonna be kind of interesting. What time is the game? It's a 12 o'clock
3 o'clock.
kick.
I just said three
3 o'clock
o'clock.
game.
Yeah, for us,
Yeah.
3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, but for them,
So
I
it's
guess
two
that's what
o'clock.
12.
What? Yeah, the reason I bring this up because obviously when Miami flew out there, it was a late game, so it wasn't kind of abnormal, even though you still had to take into consideration the jet lag and stuff like that. So I do think that is going to be interesting to kind of see how Syracuse players react. Are they going to have any jet lag? Because obviously this is a very early game. like you said, because of 3 o'clock Eastern kick. This is really going to be, like I say, a 1 o'clock game. Well, not a 1 o'clock, a 12 o'clock game on the West Coast. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's gonna be interesting to see how it goes. But like I said, I'm rolling with Syracuse, man. Like I said, I like what Fran Brown has done. I like the talent that he's put together. It's just that they do have some. I'm not gonna be,
I
you
mean, yeah,
know,
y'all
I'm
got
not gonna overlook the short.
Jackson,
I'm not gonna overlook the shortcomings.
Peanut, Meeks. You got
Oh
Peanut,
yeah,
Meeks,
I mean, when you
Addison.
talk about
They got the receivers.
yeah, when you talk about offensive firepower, like I said, I mean, and and I know SMU is doing some things over there, but I'm still gonna stand on what I stand on. Miami and Syracuse have the two best skill talents in the entire ACC. There's not a, I mean, I know we have a bevy of tight ends at Miami, but I'm not putting one of our tight ends over Randy Gatson, right? I think Trevor Pena and um, Restrepo interchangeable. They both can do the same exact thing. Jackson Meeks is nice. I do think we probably had a receiver edge in terms of just how, that, but I
Mm-hmm.
think Meeks and Hatcher, they can do it. And as far as running backs, I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find a better running back in the ACC than LaQuint Allen. He can do it all. He can run the ball. He can catch the ball. So I mean, he's like that. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm putting it like that. But I'm taking Syracuse. I can't believe you switching your pickup.
Yeah, good morning, solid. Yeah, I'm switching my pick, man. Yeah, man, I'm going with Cal. I was thinking about going with Cal anyway, man. And plus, I don't, I had
Oh,
we both picked the same team for like the first 3 months, so I had but for real, no, Cal, man, being at home, man.
I mean, yeah.
Uh,
They are the
that's huge.
better. They're the more
That's
complete
huge,
team.
man. That's
Yeah,
huge, man.
they're the more
That's
complete
huge,
team. Yeah.
especially in college football, man. That's a huge difference, man. I'm going with Cal today. What up? What up, Solid? What up, J27? What up, Cuban K? What up with y'all, man? Sit back, have your coffee, man. Rock with us with the picks, Saturday morning picks. You did, yeah, dog. So I had to go with that. But the next one I got up here is Virginia and Notre Dame. Notre Dame looking on the outside and trying to get up into the college football playoff at the moment. Will they get in? Will they not? They're sitting at 8-1. They are independent. Virginia 5-4 overall, 3-3 in the ACC. They just got a win over Pitt. Virginia is just one of those teams where you just look at it and you say, are they so weird? But they do got Malachi Fields. He's one of the best receivers in the ACC right now, right? He really is putting in that work out there. And don't sleep on them, man. You can't sleep on that receiving game they got up out there. I don't want to say they got a couple running backs. They roll with two of them, Pace and Brown, Xavier Brown and Kobe Pace. They got a nice 1-2 punch. Out there at running back, they both got they're over 400-yard rushers. So you put both of them together, and as much as like Tootin and Bashar Smith and Marion Hampton and Maffa and all those guys over there in the ACC, you put those two guys together, they average that, but they got a nice 1-2 punch over there. I think that as far as offense wise, they can move the ball. Anthony Calandra, don't get it twisted. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his last name or not. I'm bad with last names, but he
They
got a
call
little
him
bit of
Anthony
build.
Corona.
Huh?
They call him Anthony Corona.
Anthony Corona, that's what they call him.
No,
All
I'm
right.
just saying you call him that. Like I
Okay,
said.
Anthony Corona. All right. I mean, he got a little bit of move. He got a little bit of wheels on him, man. He got a little escapability, man. Don't get it twisted with him. But I mean, he's a top 10 quarterback in the ACC, not in the nation. But if you're going off the ACC in that league, he's a top 10 quarterback. Um, so look, man, they gonna pose. I want to see how they play Notre Dame. They're playing spoiler right now, right? They're playing. They're going to probably get a bowl game. Um, they're not going to college football playoffs. So right now they get to just try to spoil Notre Dame's run game, and that's all they really got to stop is Notre Dame's run game. They got to buckle down and try to stop Notre Dame's run game, and they definitely got a nice safety. What is his name? Jonas. Help me out here, Shay. I'm gonna have to look it up and real
I
quick.
don't know that. I don't know that
Oh,
brother
Jonas
name.
Sanker. Jonas,
Sanker,
he's a
okay.
safety for Virginia, and I seen little flashes of him, in the pick game. He gets everywhere. He's like the leader of that defense. And they're look, Notre Dame is gonna have to come out and play a flawless game against Virginia. Do not get it twisted because Virginia's record is not showing what you want it to be like right now. I'm going to go with Notre Dame to win this game overall. My pick is Notre Dame. They are 22 and a half point favorites in this game. As far as Vegas goes. So I'm going with Notre Dame hands down. But look, I don't know, man. They've been wrong before. Vegas has been wrong before. So you never know in college football what may happen or what may not happen. Virginia does got some good players that get the job done. Notre Dame. I want to see if Riley Leonard is more than one dimensional today, too. You know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna have to do more than just run the ball on this Virginia team. I don't think they're gonna be able to pound it down Virginia's throat, but I could be wrong. I just don't think they're gonna be able to do that today.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Notre Dame as well, man. In this game, just kind of taking a quick look at Riley Leonard's statistics, passing statistics, should I say? I thought it was better than that, but it's not. On the season, the man has 9 passing touchdowns to 3 interceptions. So
Mm-hmm.
essentially, he's not he's not throwing the ball is not what Notre Dame is trying to do. Um, they're running the ball. He along with Love. I mean at this point you have to say that's a very talented backfield.
It is.
I
I
mean,
mean,
I mean, you got to call it what
yeah.
it is. I mean, that's a very talented backfield that Notre Dame has. They're gonna play tough defense, man. They've bounced back, a lot from that loss that they encountered to Northern Illinois. And to be honest, with them being ranked eighth in the playoff ranking, with that being the one loss, it shows to me that the playoff committee is looking at a team that is starting to peak.
Yeah.
They're starting to play better, and that Northern Illinois loss is not weighing down on them as much. And then obviously, them losing that game earlier in the season that kind of does it's kind of out of sight, out of mind at this particular point in time, right? But like I said, I'm a roll with like I said, I'm a roll with Notre Dame. I wanna see something real quick. Um,
They got some props.
yeah, they got a few, but I want to look at okay, so yeah, very talented running. So Jeremiah Love has about 98 carries for about 580 yards rushing and 10 touchdowns. Riley Leonard has 96 carries, 609 yards, 13 touchdowns rushing. So I mean, you know what they're trying to do, and they gonna do it. So, so Virginia, you better have your chin strap buckled on both sides of the ball because Notre Dame is going to bring a physical presence today. As far as the props, um, over under Riley Leonard first touchdown for Notre Dame, which basically I don't know how it's an over under. It's kind of a yes or a no, but obviously those are gambling terms.
Nah, no.
Okay. I'm gonna say yes because I've been kind of watching them because I've had Riley Leonard start a couple of games for me this season on my fantasy, and so I kind of notice when they get in the red zone, they kind of make it somewhat of a point of emphasis to
Okay.
kind of get him on a quarterback, power or draw or something like that.
Mm.
But we'll move on. Anthony Corona,
Mm-hmm.
will he have the first touchdown for Virginia?
Um, damn, that's hard to say because what is it? Just like a passing touchdown? What?
Yeah,
Run?
just touchdown in general. Yeah.
I don't know. I think they run the ball in. So I'm gonna say no to that as well.
Okay. Um, I'm probably roll with you on that one. No, no, I'm gonna say he will. I'm gonna say he will.
Okay.
All right, last one. Kobe Pace over under 31 and a half yards rushing against Notre Dame's defense.
Over.
Okay, over. Um, I take the over as well. Because one of the things that I notice about some of these teams is when they get a big lead, they start putting the reserves in, and so they kind of, and the other team kind of keep their starters in the game, you know. So I can see a situation that he does that. So yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna take the over with you as
All
well.
right. Yep. Yes, sir. That is our over and under picks for that Virginia and Notre Dame game. We are moving on to LSU at Florida. This game, man. Oh yes,
I'm so
sir.
disappointed. I'm so disappointed in LSU right now.
Why is that? Why are you disappointed in LSU right now? They sitting at six and
It was
three.
why it was why it was there for the taking. Bama's not playing like Bama has played in the past. Georgia sitting with 2 losses. Like y'all were supposed to be the team. If we just look at it, right, all biases aside, right. And I know some people gonna have some bias, right.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of just actual play, Garrett Nussmeier has played right along as the best quarterback in the SEC, even having some moments where he's looked better than Jackson Dart in terms of just statistical performance. And so for
Mm-hmm.
them to be sitting right here at 6-3, but I know what the reason is. It's not the offense. The offense is doing the job, except for what I saw last week, which was just putrid. I'm sitting up here, I'm like, how in the world is LSU only having 3 points through 3 quarters? What's going on here? So now the offense not showing up. So y'all pulling. So what are y'all doing? We know the defense is bad,
Mm-hmm.
but what are y'all doing? You know what I mean? So I'm disappointed in them right now, man. I really am.
Well,
I would take Florida in this game if I knew DJ Lagway was playing, but I don't think DJ Lagway is going to play this game again. So I'm just taking LSU by default. I
he got to
mean,
he got to refrain from turning the ball over, man. Garrett Nussmeier, man, him like him and Carson Beck lead the SEC by five, or we'll say four or more interceptions. They lead it. They lead the SEC in interceptions. Carson Beck, number one, he has 12 interceptions. Garrett Nussmeier has 11, but he has
yep,
21 touchdowns. Carson Beck
21
got
touchdowns.
17 touchdowns, 12 picks. Garrett Nussmeier's got 21 touchdowns and 11 picks. Um, got to take care of the ball in that league, man. I mean, they are by far. I mean, as far as attempts, like we go attempts, they are passing the most out of everybody else in the league. But I mean, look, hands down, you got to give it to Jackson Dart. He is the
Oh,
best
of
quarterback
course.
in the
Yeah, yeah,
SEC,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, without
But
question. Yeah.
as far as attempts go, yeah, they're throwing the ball a lot more than anybody else in that league, but he's turning the ball over, man. And I think that's a little bit of problem. Like when, and I think that's why you're so high on Shador, and everybody that knows a little bit about the game of college football is why they're high on him, is because he, like him and Cam, stay kind of calm under pressure and flustered, and you're not seeing that out of Carson Beck and Garrett Nussmeier. Once you get them off their spot and you're in their face constantly being harassed, what the Alabama defense was able to do, um, they're not able to move the ball with those quarterbacks. They have to get over that, whatever blocking them, whatever that block is on them, because there's something that they're dealing with personally. I don't know what that is, but just looking from a football perspective on this, yeah, you get them guys flustered. They don't have good games, and that's just what it is. The stats say that, the film says that, and it's not hard to see that. But LSU got it. They got to come out today and they got to put up a good game against the Gators. And it's almost hard to really take them in Florida being at home. But look, if coming off the loss the way that they did, um, I'm sure that they'll be ready to play today. And as much as against picking it with them, I'm gonna have to roll with Brian Kelly and LSU. Picking LSU today, assuming that they bounce back and they learn from that humiliating loss versus Alabama, dog. That's what I'm gonna go ahead and go with them away, because I do think that they are the better team than Florida. Florida is in trouble, but I could be wrong on this, but that's what I'm rolling with today, dog. LSU.
Yeah, like I said, LSU. At the end of the day, bounce back. I mean, under no circumstances should they have allowed for Alabama to do what they did last week. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to the next. What
Prop
we got? Some props.
prop bets over under 305.5 passing yards by Garrett Nussmeier.
You said how much?
305.5 over under passing yards. Garrett Nussmeier.
300. I'm gonna say under, man, because they got to play a more balanced game against this Florida team, and they got to play a more balanced game. Period. They can't depend on he's a good quarterback, but they don't put too much on him like that. Run the ball, be a more balanced offense. So I'm gonna say under.
I'm gonna take the over. They need to
Okay.
go out here and run Florida off the field, and the best way to do that is Nussmeier to Lacey.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's your fantasy right receiver. You need him to
Uh,
get them points, right?
I need him. Especially I need him this week. I need him this week. We're in the playoffs, so I need him this week. I can't. I mean, which he came on late last week. After the game was pretty much decided for Alabama. But anyway, um, Elijah Badger, first touchdown for Florida. Yes or no? Over under.
Under. No,
Okay.
under.
I'll probably take the under on that one as well. Lastly, Garrett Nussmeier over under 2.5 passing touchdowns.
All right. Just because he get throw for under 300 doesn't mean that he can't get 2.5 touchdown, 3 touchdowns. I'll take the over on that.
I'm taking the over as well. I got him. I got him throwing about four of them things on Florida today.
All right. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you, dog. Our next pick, we got Nebraska going to SC, man. Nebraska going to SC. Nebraska has had a disappointing last couple of games, bro. They've been on this down streak, and you hearing rumors about Dylan Raiola not being happy there with the offensive coordinator. They want to get away from the offensive coordinator. Matt Rule changing that offense up a little bit, and I just think it's the problem that they need I think they need more speed at receiver. I think they need more speed guys. Um, because of his play style, right? He likes to imitate Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is successful in that Kansas City offense because of the speed that Kansas City has on the outside of him with Worthy, a very good tight end, and they don't. I don't know if they have that good tight end play that they have there, and I know it don't have nothing to do with him impersonating. I'm just saying like they need more speed on the offense at Nebraska. That's what I'm saying. I think they need more speed at receiver. Uh, I think they got Nair. Banks is a possession type of guy. I can't remember what the young guy. What is it? Barnes, I think number 17. I think Barnes is one of the receivers. I think he's a fast guy. I think they should get him some underneath routes, some more check downs. Um, their running game has been able to stop that running game with Nebraska, and they're putting too much on Dylan Raiola, if you ask me, being a freshman. But SC, Miller Moss and SC, they should be better. Nebraska has to win this game, I think, to save a lot. I think that's why this is going to be a really good game today up at SC. But SC being at home, I don't see them dropping another game at home, man. I'm going with SC today, man. I'm going with SC, man. There's a lot going on up at Nebraska right now. I think people got them figured out, and I think they're trying to. I don't quote me on this, but I think that they're trying to implement a new offense right now, and they're going to try to experiment moving on to try to save Raiola. They're doing a lot to try to save Raiola right now up in Nebraska. Disappointing season for a lot of Nebraska fans. I know they hope that it would be a lot better, and this team has not gotten better, man. At all. This team has not gotten better. SC's been right there. They've been very close to winning. Just a play away from beating Penn State, a lot of other teams out here in college football. I'm not going, there's a lot to say about SC also. But I think it should be a good game for both of these programs, man. I'm going with SC though, dog. In this one, who you rocking with and why?
Like I told my dog DP, betting on USC is throwing away money. Give me the doggone Cornhuskers, man.
Okay, all right.
Miller Mouse on the bench. He's on the bench. So SC gonna have another quarterback out there throwing it around. I think Nebraska gets it back together. I think Nebraska, similar to some teams, they did what you call they peaked early, right? I think probably looking back on it, I think most people would say the best game that they played this entire season was against Colorado, and then unfortunately they had to run up against Psycho Signetti, and
Mm-hmm.
they put the beats on them.
Yeah,
So, so,
and it took
so
it took some of that took some of they heart took their
I
heart
mean,
out.
I mean, I mean, it took a lot. But again, Kurt do that. Hey, listen, Kurt do that to a lot of people. He
Took
do
they
that to a lot, to a lot of
took
people.
they soul with them, like took
But
everything out of
nah,
Nebraska, bro. That's what it looked like.
but give me Nebraska, man. Like I said, the style of ball that Nebraska plays, obviously, ground and pound. Try to catch you on maybe some man-to-man situations, crossing routes, try to get Dylan Raiola on the move. Like I said, you know more about what's going on behind the scenes in terms of, maybe being upset. But Dylan Raiola is turning into his talent. His talent does not command for him to be behaving this way or for all this type of stuff to be going on because it was a excuse my French, but I'm not gonna curse, but it was a ish show. His entire recruitment, it was an ish show. Um, so I mean, whoever's in charge of him, parents, and when I say in charge, I'm not talking about like someone's controlling him, but whoever
Whoever's
is,
advising him, right?
yeah, whoever his advisors are, um, it's not gonna be easy because I don't think you don't have enough value to go somewhere and start because I think obviously you going to Nebraska showed that you didn't want any competition anyway. So this is what ends up happening. I don't think you started as a freshman. I don't think his behavior, his mannerisms. I don't think he's shown the humbleness to do like a Jaden Rashada, to do like a Dante Moore, in regards of okay, I start as a true freshman. All right, I'm gonna go to a better situation, and I'm gonna sit back for a year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get stronger. I'm gonna get a lot of the spotlight off of me because I'm the backup now. Because obviously, if I go to a contender, it's not gonna be about me. It's gonna be about the team. So, like I said, no one is talking about Dante Moore at Oregon. They just know, hey, look, he should be next up. No one's talking about Jaden Rashad at Georgia because Georgia is, still in contention for a national championship. So unless he's gonna humble himself and do that, just be quiet, play ball, take your lumps. I mean, obviously you went over to Buford coming out of high school, which is, many people feel like it's one of the better, if not the best, high school program in the state of Georgia. So again, you went somewhere where it was the path of least resistance. So now you got a little resistance, and you seem like you want to tuck your tail and run again. And that's your talent does not call for that to do. Like the couple of games and a couple of sequences I've watched Nebraska play, that is the ideal offense for you. You cosplaying Patrick Mahomes with the hairstyle and stuff, that's not gonna make you throw no look passes. It's not. I mean, it's not gonna make you turn into Patrick Mahomes
uh,
because again, trunking. Let's keep it a stack, right? Let's keep it a stack. At this same stage, according to recruiting services, you're better than Patrick Mahomes.
yeah.
So for you to be Patrick Mahomes in college would means that you will be regressing again
Mm-hmm.
according to recruiting services.
All right.
But again, like I say, the offense that got set up, man, running the ball, being physical. Obviously, what this is Matt Rule's second year, so I mean, you have to anticipate that they should be better next year, have an identity. But like you say, if you're experimenting with a new offense this late in the season,
Mm-hmm.
That's never good. But thankful for them. Y'all are playing USC, and and again, I'm gonna say this because
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's because they out on the West Coast, but I said this last week, right when we were talking about Michigan. I said if it wasn't for Florida State, Michigan, y'all would be the biggest disappointment. And I completely forgot USC. USC to me has to be a bigger disappointment than Michigan, even though Michigan just played for the national championship. But they're talking.
Mm-mm.
They brought Lincoln Riley. They bought out Lincoln Riley 2 houses in Oklahoma. They gave him all this money, private jet, all that stuff, the family, all that. They gave you all that for you to go out here and look like this. You USC playing bad. Then and guess what, Truck? And I know. We're not talking about NFL, but guess what they talking about now? Putting Caleb Williams' ass on the bench.
Yep, we talked about that. They
You
got
talking
they
about
got
put?
rid of the same they got rid of the same quarterback. They made that
They got
move,
rid
but
of the same quarterback, and y'all talking about putting him on the bench. Now they talking about, oh, should they have drafted Jaden Daniels? Y'all should have kept Justin Fields.
yep. They should have kept Justin Fields. They would be having a way better year this year. The Bears would be a very, very good NFL football program had they kept Justin Fields there. But I'm glad the Bears did what they did. Now he is the future of the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is right now a Super Bowl contender.
We need all that.
All
We
right,
need
yes,
all
you
that.
did. Yes, you did. You
Nobody,
brought it up. You
nobody,
started it.
nobody. Who?
You
When did I
opened
bring up the
the door.
Steelers? When did I bring up the Steelers?
You opened the door, and
I
and
didn't.
and I
For the
walked on
Steelers,
through.
I'm talking about the
It's on
Bears.
a terrible towel.
We were we talking about Nebraska,
Well,
USC,
you brought
and
up
the
the
Chicago
NFL, and
Bears.
and, and, and then we went all the way in with the NFL. So
You
you
went there.
opened
You
the door.
went there.
Hey,
No,
you
I didn't bring up the Steelers.
well, you laid it right out for me. You alley oop, and I dumped that shit.
No, I did. No, I didn't. I passed the ball out of
You
bounds. I passed it out of bounds, but it hit off the opposite team, so we got the possession back. That's
and
what happened.
so when
That's what.
I came on the field streaking.
No, you didn't come out streaking. It's just that on the inbound, who was ever the inbound, they passed it to you. You took the shot. I didn't pass you the ball. My pass hit off of the opposite team and went out of bounds. I said, somebody else set a screen. I was in the corner like Ray Allen, waiting for.
Uh, well, whoever denied it supplied it. So, oh man, look, he done went off. He done dropped off. It's all right. I promise you, I ain't kick him. I promise y'all did not kick him off. That's crazy. Here you go. There you go. There, my dog. What happened, dog?
I got a phone call. I
Oh,
gotta put my
okay. He
phone
had a
on do
call.
that.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right, all right. Yeah, we was cooking too.
No, but
It's
like I
all
was
good.
saying, I'm in the corner like Ray Allen waiting. Somebody else set you a screen and you shoot it. I didn't pass you the ball.
It's all
You just
good.
wanted to bring the Steelers up. I mean, y'all got
Yeah,
it, dog. Y'all
yeah.
good.
All right.
Yeah,
That's all I
you know.
want. You know what I'm saying? Just wanted to like, you know what I'm saying, get some Pittsburgh love in there. But maybe we could talk a little bit of that tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know yet how you feeling, but maybe we could talk a little NFL tomorrow. I don't know. Um, let's move on with college football, man. What's some of these prop bets for Nebraska and SC?
Hold up, my bad. I'm up here. You threw me off with that Steelers talk. Threw me off with that. Threw
Hey,
me off.
that's what the national media is saying. That's what they saying. I don't want to be that. I just want to stay humble where we at. You know what I'm saying? I just want to stay where we at right now.
Okay.
That's what everybody else talking. They didn't see the vision. So
Okay. All right. So USC, not USC, Nebraska. Dante Dowdell. I guess I'm pronouncing his name right. Over under first touchdown for Nebraska.
shoot, they may not even score, but I'll say
Ah, against USC.
yeah,
Come
hey,
on.
all right.
Come on,
I
man.
I say I put the over on that. I put the over. He might ram one in.
I'm riding down, bro. And it's crazy because they don't even have any of the USC running backs on here, and like I know they've been going crazy like the past couple weeks. But anyway, I already got this one. I already know it's gonna be under Dylan Raiola, 190 and a half passing yards.
190.
190 over under 190 and a half for Dylan Raiola through the air.
I think he might go over that. That's real. That's easy, man. That's easy. I think he
Nah,
might go over
nah,
that.
nah. I'm good. I'm gonna go under.
Okay.
Lashley, Lashley.
He gonna go under 190. You think they're gonna beat SC just running the ball? You think SC that bad?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
Yeah, I really do.
uh,
Yeah, I think they that bad.
all right.
Uh, Jaden Maava,
My
which
Via.
is which is
Oh,
stepping.
you got him starting from UNLV. Jaden Maivia from UNLV. He was a what's the over under for him?
I don't know if that's.
Oh,
I
and
don't
she
know.
about to bounce back crazy today. Oh my.
So,
Oh,
oh,
oh.
over under 265 and a half yards passing.
Yeah, he'll have that. He'll have over. He'll have over. They got all that talent over there. He have over on that. My Via starting today, and that man got wheels. True dual threat. Wait, what? Oh God.
I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna go under just cause
All
you
right.
just cause you that excited. I'm going under.
Do you wanna change your pick with my Via
No,
starting today with
no.
SC? All right.
Hey, look, USC so bad right now. Matt Leinart could be starting. I'm still taking Nebraska.
Okay. All right. We'll see. We'll see. We'll
I'm just
see.
keeping it. I'm just keeping it state.
That's all right. I mean, I get you had your good week where you had, or I think you had missed one of your picks. You was 9 for 1. I think it was what the week before last or something like that. I think you might miss like 2 picks at the most. So it is what it is. We have our good and bad weeks.
Yeah, but no, like I said, shout out to DP. Taking USC is throwing away money.
All
It's too
right.
close. It's too close to Christmas to be throwing away money on the Trojans.
That's okay. I think I'm about to cash in with that one, dog. I think so. I think I'm gonna have to cash in with that one. My Via starter, man. He should have been had the job. I thought he would have had the job in the preseason, to be honest with you. A lot of people probably would have projected him to start. Um look at some of his highlight reels from UN. I think he came from UNLV, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say, did he come from there? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
it came from there.
Yeah, he
Dang,
nice.
they said that jugger 6'4", 220.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It
That's
don't matter
okay.
though. It
All
don't
right.
matter though.
We got
We ain't got to discuss
Missouri
this. We already
at
know who I'm
South
taking.
Carolina. I mean, you know who I'm taking also. I mean,
Hey,
yeah. I mean, I guess we both going with the same team today.
Gamecocks.
Yeah, the Gamecocks is rolling, man. Dang, man. Unfortunate for the Gamecocks, man, to have the record that they got right now, man. 6-3 overall, 4-3 in the SEC. That defense is crazy. And with Missouri, they look. People was talking about Miami being one of those teams that was asking for an L or whoever else out there. Missouri's been asking for a couple of L's, bro. I thought Boston College should have beat Missouri, to be honest. Boston College let them out of the chokehold they had on them earlier. They came out early on them, kind of let Missouri climb back in the game, but they did have their starting quarterback Brady Cook. I don't know if Cook is going to be back or not, but that team just looks so bad versus Oklahoma. And SC is no Oklahoma. Their defense is on point.
On
And look,
point.
Lenore Sellers is rolling. Rocky Sanders is rocket rolling, running the ball well.
Yes.
Yeah, SC is just man. Listen, if there's one team in college football that you don't want to slip into the college football playoffs, it got to be SC, man. That defense is phenomenal. I love it. I love their defense, man. I love watching them play football, man. I do. Like it's exciting watching SC play ball, man. I like the way, and then the Norris Sellers running too, being a dual threat quarterback, man. I like SC. I like the way they look, and I'm rolling with them. I guess we can go. I guess you can get into your breakdown of the game. Some of your thoughts on the game, and then go straight into your
I
prop
want to
bets.
look. I want to look at the standings for a second. Let me see something.
for
I'm looking at the standings for the SEC. I
oh
just
the
wanted to see
SEC.
something because I know they didn't split it up. Let me see. South Carolina. Okay, well no. South Carolina got a lot. South Carolina got all their losses in conference, so they 4-3. So no,
Yeah.
there's not really. It's 2 weeks left. It's really not a path for them to make it to the
Mm-mm.
SEC championship game. Currently in the playoffs, they're ranked 21st. So be a long shot for them to get there. A lot will have to transpire. But anyway, with that being said, though, man, this just I mean, South Carolina gonna be a very scary team next year.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Thank
like
you
I
for
s-
catching that comment because I be forgetting I say crazy stuff like that and people would take me. I mean, this dude crazy. He think SC can get into the college football playoff. Y'all know I didn't mean it like that. Just hypothetically speaking. God damn. Thank you though for that though, Shay. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you.
I mean, nah. But I mean, like I said, I mean they've been a very interesting team to watch. Like I said, I mean, my first time like really watching them this season was obviously when they played LSU, and I was thoroughly impressed with Rocket Sanders. But then I was thoroughly impressed with their defense as well. Even though LSU was able to put up some yardage and some points, I looked at them more so of the fact that their quarterback situation wasn't there. And then Lenore Sellers got hurt in the game, and Ashford had to come in, so the offense kind of went down a little bit. But that defense has been rock solid. I mean, Kyle Kennard and Dylan Stewart, man. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better duo of pass rushers as well as guys that can stop the run, which I think is kind of lost when people talk about this because I think a lot of people get caught up in the aspect of pass rushing, but overlooking the aspect that look, these guys can set the edge. They making ball carriers, change positions, and like I said, they're a big, fast defense. Like they're big and fast. Like how my man said on Friday Night Lights about Dallas Carter. They're big, they're fast. I forgot what else he said, and then he was like, "Did I mention they were fast?" You know what I mean? So yeah. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get to these props. Over under Rocket Sanders scoring the first touchdown for South Carolina.
I go over with that one. I think you got a good chance of getting the first one.
Yeah, I'm going over too, man. I think you're gonna I really think you're gonna have a big game against Missouri. To be honest, I really do. I think last week I believe it was he had 3 touchdowns in the game. It may have been four. But I think it was three though for a fact. But he had a good game, so I think he builds off of that.
Mm-hmm.
Over under 80.5 rushing yards. Rocket Sanders.
Over.
I'm gonna take the over as well. Last one. Go with Joshua Simon. Over under 32.5 receiving yards.
Over.
I go over as well. So we got that out the way. And to be honest, I think you know what? To me, I'm gonna ask you this question. Obviously, I think the best game that's gonna be played today is obviously Georgia Tennessee. But I think it's gonna be some competition for the second best because I think it's the competition to me, right? You may have a different opinion, but to me, I think the second best game of today, the competition is between this game right here and then Colorado versus Utah. So which one?
Mm.
So I'm gonna ask you, which one do you think is and you might not have the same order that I have. The order that I have is Georgia, Tennessee. I'm gonna take Colorado, Utah, and then I'm gonna go South Carolina, Missouri in terms
Um,
of the best games. Those are my top 3 games for today.
your top three games.
In in that order.
I'll give you my top three after we get
Okay.
done
All right.
with all the games today. I'll give my top three after as soon as we get done because yeah, I still got we still got a couple of games to go, and I believe those games are still on the slot. I got some decent games up here. I tried to pick a lot of good games, whether they were some rather they're Power Five or not. So I do got a G5 team up on here next on the next one, and that's Boise State at San Jose State. And I think they're playing at what time are they playing? This the first time I got a G5 team. We had a G5 team on here. They're playing at 7 o'clock tonight. I think that's like 4 o'clock over there. In their time zone. But I want to say that this team, I put this up here because San Jose State, they've been on and off. They're 6-3 overall, 3-2 in the Mountain West. As y'all know, Boise has to win out, and they're 5. And this is a Mountain West Conference game. San Jose State do pose problem. They can give them a little bit of problems, but I don't know. I just really just put it up there. You know what I mean? Just to mix it up a little bit, bro. I got 13 games on the slot. There wasn't a lot to pick from. I could have put Rutgers and Maryland up there. I guess.
It's a light week this week, but I mean, we've had phenomenal football the rest of the week, so can't have it all the time.
Right. I think I want to roll with I don't know, but in this game, you know what? I'm gonna roll with Boise. I think Boise is let me see. Boise, yeah, they're two touchdown favorites in this game. And I'm gonna roll with Boise, but I wanted to put it up here anyway. I mean, it is a light week, and I'm showing some love to Ashton Genty, man. With some respect on them boys, man. You know, it wasn't a lot to really pick from, but I guess who you rocking with? I know there probably ain't no props on this, but you rolling with Boise as well?
They got a couple of props on this game, surprisingly.
Oh, that's crazy.
Disrespecting Illinois and Syracuse. But nah. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Boise as well. Like you said, San Jose, they're basically I mean, I don't know. But think about this. Let's shout out to my dog Studio One. I'm gonna step into his bag for a second. I'm gonna throw a conspiracy out there.
All right. What up, Katie?
It's in the best, isn't it? Don't you think it's in the best interest of the Mountain West if Boise State is able to get in there? The expanded playoff, right? I mean, we already got a G5 team when it was 4 teams in Cincinnati before they went to the Big 12. But don't you think the Mountain West is like, hey, check this out. Y'all don't go mess up the bag. Because if Boise make it to the playoffs, we all get paid.
Do they now?
Yeah, you make it. They gonna split that. They gonna split that. The ball game money up. Whatever it is, like, hey, y'all, hey, San Jose, y'all chill out. What they say, gonna make a call from the top.
Call from the top. This state bowl game today, but they do got Boise as a 2 touchdown favorite in this game. But we've seen a lot of things happen, man, to where you see two touchdown favorites happen to lose a game. We've seen it. Or just get blown out. For instance, that UCF Colorado game, they was way off on that. Way off on that.
Yeah, they were.
Way off. But what's some of the prop bets?
So prop bets we got obviously at the top, Ashton Genty over under 189.5 yards rushing.
Jeez, man. Jeez, that man got to get 200 every single game. That's crazy.
To put some context on before you answer, he's at 1,734 yards rushing already, 23 touchdowns. He's averaging a mind-boggling 7.7 yards per carry. Absolutely.
I'm gonna go over, man, because I want to but there's bias in that though. There's really no, no really hypothesis behind that, educated guess. The guess, behind that. It's really a bias in me really wanting him to get close to breaking Barry Sanders' record as close as possible. So I'm gonna go over with that.
Let me see. I'm trying to
San Jose's run defense really has been spotty. I've seen Washington State run the rock on them and be a little bit successful at times, but then I have seen them also stop the run at times too. So it's not that's not a consistent run defense in San Jose State.
Yeah. So Boise State, including today, has 3 more games. So I mean, he should get over 2,000 yards in 3 games though. He should. I think it's gonna be far and away to catch Barry because he's had some
Yeah.
130-yard games, which I mean, you can't. To be honest, you can't expect for. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't expect for a young man to rush. Because what did we say? What did I say he was averaging the other week? Like 190 yards,
Yeah.
rushing. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's like that's absurd to just assume that he can keep that up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. A lot of this stuff for Ashton Genty. Over under 14.5 yards receiving for Ashton Genty.
He'll get that as well. I know. I think that's a safer bet to go over with than the actual rushing.
Yeah. I'm gonna take. To be honest, I'm gonna take the under on the rushing. Just because Boise State's an interesting situation right now. I'm gonna get back to the prop bets, but when you said that, it made me think about something. They're in an interesting situation right now. It's like, how hard do y'all want to push to get him a Heisman or try to get close to Barry versus trying to preserve him as much as y'all can because y'all know that all y'all have to do is win out,
To get to
and
the college football playoffs. Yeah.
y'all in the playoff, and y'all
Mhm.
are y'all are going to need him tremendously, right? So it's like, are y'all gonna try to push him these
Mhm.
last 3 games to accomplish something from an individual standpoint, which would be great, or would y'all want to try to conserve him and
Have
run the table, finish it out, and then be ready for, because right now they're right. I mean, they're right there on the outside looking in. So I'm sure, based on as it looks right now, they probably won't be any higher than 11th, right?
Now, answer this question for me, Shad. Don't mean to cut you off, but you got me to thinking, and I don't want to forget. I guess I could have wrote it down, but so if Boise loses to San Jose State, say hypothetically they lose to San Jose State today, do a G5 team still has to get in the college football playoff? Is there one spot reserved for a group of five team? A group of
I
five
don't
team has
know,
to
cause
get in, or do they have to be undefeated?
we were talking about that over the summer, and I mean, to be honest, shout out to the Rawhide fam. Went into great detail, went into great context of it, but I still left there not understanding what's going on. I mean, when you
Same.
look at the playoff ranking right now, Boise State is ranked 13th. The next
Uh-huh.
closest, which this is not a G5, but the next non P4 team is Army, who's 9-1, but Army is at 24.
Mm-hmm.
Tulane is at 25.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I'm sure the rules are written down here somewhere, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, and if if Boise does not cover against San Jose State, um, do they even have a chance to get in? It's just crazy to me. It's crazy to think about. You know what I mean? I don't think it's like super crazy to, like, you know what I mean, but it's something to think about, really, because uh, you know, will they actually get in there? You know what I'm saying? Will a G5 team even will we even see a G5 team in a college football playoff this year? I don't
I
know
don't
if we.
know.
I mean,
But
neither.
but as it currently sits right now, if the season ended today, you have four you have four Big Ten teams. You have five SEC teams, and you have BYU, which will be from the Big 12. Notre Dame as an independent, and you have Miami. So if it ended today,
Oh,
so
and Boise got to see Oregon State the last game of the season.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
so
but then again, okay. Now this is what's interesting too, right? Because who's number two in the Mountain West? Because you still
The
got
Colorado State Rams are, they're
okay.
number
Because
two. They're 73 overall, and they're 5-0. They're 5-0 undefeated in the Mountain West.
see, now that throws now that gets now that's what gets interesting right there, because you still got to play that game. So Boise still has essentially 4 games left to play. So you can't lose your championship game. So
They gotta win
um
out all the way out.
But like I said I was gonna go with the highest ranked conference champions. So I mean I don't know. Like I
I don't
don't
know
know,
if they
man.
get in. I don't think. I
I,
don't think a G5 team get. I don't. I don't think a G5 team gets in as of right now. And they're sitting at 13. I honestly don't think a G5 team may not get in, and especially if Boise State does not win out. I don't think you let a G5 team in. I don't like an undefeated group of five team. Yes, I think they deserve to be in there because they're playing at a extremely high level. To go undefeated, that's hard. They showed a lot, but I think a two-loss group of five team, I don't think that you could let them in a college football playoff. I think it'd just be, I, it'd
I
be an
think
it
that
show, bro. It'd be an it show, bro,
they'll
for
need, they'll
whoever
need
they're playing.
they'll need some help because right now Alabama is at 7-2, Ole Miss is at 8-2, and Georgia's at 7-2. So obviously, if either one of those teams, which is Georgia right now, playing Tennessee, um, if they were to lose today, that would give
Yeah,
them 3 losses, and then if Tennessee loses, that would give them 2 losses. So not much would change from that particular aspect. So I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, it'd be interesting to see how it plays
it
out.
is.
Like
It
I
would,
said,
right?
yeah,
It
yeah,
would, bro. It would.
yeah.
Maybe we'll talk about it on the recap. We'll figure it out, and then maybe we'll have better answers for
Yeah,
that.
yeah. We'll figure it out. Yeah.
All right. But all right, our next game on the next slot we got up here for y'all, ladies and gentlemen, is Arizona State at Kansas State. Now, this right here has all the implications. They're both trying to squeeze their way in on the outside looking in to try to get in that Big 12 championship football game to get that playoff bid. They're both at 7-2 overall, and they both are at 4-2 in the Big 12. Arizona State and Kansas State both, hey, look, they both have been balling the schemes that Kansas State run on offensively. DJ Giddens running the ball, full grown
Oh,
man. Avery Johnson at quarterback. That defense has been showing up, but Arizona State and Scatterboo running the ball has been a absolute problem. Oh man, I do like overall Kansas State quarterback position better than I like Arizona State's quarterback position. Scatterboo and DJ Giddens. Scatterboo could have a good game, and I think, but Kansas State does very well against the run, but Arizona State does have receivers that can pose a threat to this Kansas State team. Kansas State being at home, I think that gives them a little bit of advantage. Therefore, y'all, I'm going with Kansas State because they're the home team and this because I think they match up well as far as team wise and talent wise. Kansas is a good team. I do think that Arizona State may have outslighted them as far as talent because they got uh more receivers than Kansas State does, but they got more options on offense. You know, they got Scatterboo, Shamar McTeer at tight end. Um, but I think that Kansas State has the trenches and I like them being at home, man. I think their trenches a little bit better, so I'm going with the home team in this game, bro.
oh, look, why you didn't tell me this?
What's that?
That the current that is the if the season ended today, Colorado will be playing BYU for the Big 12 title.
Oh yeah, yeah. Colorado's in second place in the Colorado's in second place right now in the Big 12. They're in second place.
Bro,
Um,
why you
so
didn't tell
yeah,
me?
yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, piggybacking off what you said, neither can I mean Kansas again. Somebody has to lose. Kansas State and Arizona State, they both have the same conference record at 4-2. So essentially, one of them dropping the game that throws them down there to competing with the likes of well, being down there with the likes of TCU, Texas Tech, Baylor. Those teams.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm with you, man. I'm gonna go with Kansas State. Like I said, DJ Giddens is good. Avery Johnson is good. Arizona State, man. Again, And again, this kind of goes back to the conversation that we had last week when we were talking about Coach of the Year candidates and stuff like that. Like what Kenny Dillingham has been able to do at Arizona State over the past 2 years, when you take into consideration, like, hey, look, you had quarterback issues last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
You essentially took over what was deemed to be a mess left by Herm Edwards due to the recruiting violations and all those particular different things like that. So he's going to be a guy that, unless he likes Arizona State, he's going to be a guy, a name that's going to be floating out there for jobs. But again, I think his name is going to have to be one of those names. If Arizona State is able to pull this game out, even though I'm rolling with Kansas State, and by some stretch of the imagination, Colorado drops a game and Arizona State is able to play for the Big 12 title, I mean, you have to look at Kenny Dillingham as a candidate for Coach of the Year. But I had something wrong with Kansas State, man. Like I said, I'm a lot more familiar with that team.
All right.
Um, yeah. But hold up, I think I have an answer to the question that we just had. I think I have an answer. So I'm gonna read it to you. It says the four highest ranked conference champions will be seeded 1 through 4. So I think we pretty much got an understanding of it. All right, and we'll receive a first round bye. The fifth
Mm-hmm.
conference champion, which is what we're talking about right now in terms of Boise State, this is what it says about this. The fifth conference champion will be seeded where it was ranked or at number 12 if it is outside of the top 12 ranking.
Mm.
So
So
basically,
they're already at 13 right now.
so
So that means
basically, they would get bumped up to if the season ended today, they would get bumped up to 12 over Georgia because Georgia's in the 12th spot right now.
so they also so the G5 champion with the best record automatically gets that seat.
According, I mean, based on that, I mean that's the understanding that I got. That hey, look, I mean, you win your conference. If you're the
Because
G5 team with the best record, they're gonna move you up to 12.
okay. So the best record G5 team champion.
No, yeah. Best record in
So
the
that's out of the
conference. Yeah.
Mountain West, the MAC, um, the Mount West MAC, American
Conference
Athletic
USA.
Conference,
Yeah.
Conference USA. Okay, so they all fighting for the best record right now. That makes sense. Okay, now that makes more sense. Now I get it
Yeah.
now. Okay, all
Yeah.
right. Yep,
Yeah.
I get it now. Cause yeah, so pretty much you probably be looking at if Army wins the conference championship game, if they
What
win,
what conference are they in? They in a conference? I
huh?
thought they were. I thought they were independent.
No, the Army and Navy went over to the American Athletic Conference. They're not
Oh.
independents anymore. Um,
Okay. Okay.
the independents now are Notre Dame, UConn, and UMass.
Okay. Well,
Those are the independents now. Yeah,
Army gonna have to have a hell of a leap because they're at 20
they're at
24 right
24,
now.
and that's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like Boise at 13, our
Boys at
Army's
13.
at 24, undefeated in the American Athletic Conference. They will be playing probably if the season ended right now, they'll be playing Tulane, the Green Wave, and the American Athletic Conference championship game if the season ended today.
Yeah.
Um, had they win, I mean, from what you just read the rules, they would have to go up, or
Oh,
they
wait
would.
a minute. Wait a minute. Now this throws a monkey wrench in this whole ordeal because I'm looking at Notre Dame at 8, and Notre Dame's not in the conference.
Yeah, they automatically get. I think they automatically get in there where they're at. They got to win out. I don't think that them not being in a conference, they're going to be in there.
Because they're ranked.
Right.
But I was just saying though because yeah. But I was just saying that's interesting because that's yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm saying. Like it's being looked at crazy because right now, if Kentucky, if Boise was to lose one game and Western Kentucky stayed and they went out, they're 7-2 right now. They're a conference state, and if they won a conference championship
Oh
game,
yeah.
you know what I mean. Like
But
it's
they don't even have Western. They don't even have Western Kentucky in the playoff ranking at all.
See, that's
So
what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy though. Like, but like the rules. That's what the rules states though. I don't know. So it says if they're ranked, so they stay at their ranking, right? They just stay at their ranking. So okay. So Boise is pretty much all right. I get it. I get it. So
yeah,
they stay at.
Boise pretty much is the de facto. Cause I don't know if they would drop them further enough down to where uh Navy. See, that's what's gonna be interesting
Yeah,
too.
so now you get what I'm saying. If Boise loses, them being at 13 right now, and according to the rules that we read, the G5 conference champion, the fifth conference champion gets to bid in, they get bumped up to the 12th seed. So
Yeah.
if at this point, if Boise State lose, we may not see a G5 program in the college
No,
football playoff.
no, no. It's gonna be a G5 in there. It's gonna be a G5 because they already said they're giving a spot to the five conference champions.
Who's the fifth conference?
So right now, like you say, it's out of Boise State and then the American Athletic because Army is seven
Okay.
and 0 and
All right.
Tulane is 6-0.
All right.
So Boise, Boise is in an interesting situation right now because Colorado State is not ranked. So the playoff committee, you got an interesting thing to look at because let's say Army, all right, stays undefeated and they go to the championship game. They beat Tulane, which Tulane is ranked, right? Tulane finished undefeated. I mean, win out,
Mm-hmm.
don't lose another game. They lose to Army. You can't you can't make a justification because Boise is playing a non-ranked. They're gonna play a non-ranked opponent in their conference game. Whereas if Army is undefeated and they play a Tulane,
DP.
what up, DP? And they play a Tulane that is also ranked as well, that would to me that's supposed to push Army. That's in my opinion, that should push Army over Boise State.
Yeah, but that's
So
what I'm
this,
saying. It's a very interesting situation that's going on right now as far as that G5 team. Hey, I agree, DP. G5 schools should have their own bracket. They should have their own playoff bracket, bro. Because they want to move it up to 14 teams. Like, no, keep it at 12, but have form a G5 group of 5 playoff bracket at 12. Keep the teams at 12. Don't add no more. Keep the college football playoff at 12 for the Power 5 and 12 for the G5. Period.
old trucking. I forgot about that.
That'd be dope. I think
Oh
that'd be
man,
dope, DP. I honestly do. And I think a lot of people will watch it because, I mean, just real quick off top, I mean, if you had 12 teams for the group of 5, you would be looking at Army, uh, maybe Navy, Memphis, Tulane, just some teams off top real quick. Miami of Ohio is at 6-4, but I think Ohio Bobcats they're 7-3. One of those two, because the MAC is beating up on itself. There's some good football being played in the MAC this year, believe it or not, y'all. The Sun Belt Division, Georgia Southern's leading that right now.
you know we don't. You know we don't overlooked.
What's that?
Washington State is 8-1.
Yeah, and that's interesting there because technically they're
The
they're
Pac-12 is still a conference.
right, right. But there would be no conference championship, so they automatically win if they went out. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying, and they're at 17. So I'm guessing you'll have to put Washington State in that.
I know, this. You know what? We not getting paid to figure this out. So
No, we not. But it was a good question though.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It
yeah,
was a very
yeah,
good
yeah,
question
yeah,
and a very
yeah.
good conversation to have because it got a lot of people out there thinking. Got the chat involved. You know what I'm saying? And look, and I think it should stay that way, bro. You know what I mean? I think so, man. I think
Yeah,
if
Washington
there's
State is
the
8-1.
G5, I think that's what the word they gotta hit that way. We gotta start making some noise out there, content creators, as far as that G5 bracket, because I think the G5 bracket would be really good for college football, man. Make this a lot easier because, like I said, if Boise does not win out, you know, I don't think they make the college football playoffs, man. I don't
No,
think.
it's gonna be one of it's gonna be one of those three teams. It's either gonna be Boise, Army, or Tulane. It's gonna be one of them three,
All right.
unless a scenario plays out. Boise loses and Tulane beats Army. Then you gotta see are you going to recognize the
Because
Pac-12
the
as a
Army's not going to
conference?
beat Notre Dame. Army's not going to beat Notre Dame. And I think the Army and Navy game plays as well, correct? Army and Navy, have they played their game yet?
No, I thought they played the last game.
Okay. And Army still has to play Notre Dame. They're not going to beat Notre Dame, so that's an L on them.
Oh
Tulane already
yeah,
got two
yeah,
losses
yeah, yeah. They
and
played
one
Notre
in the
Dame.
conference, I
Oh well,
believe.
yeah.
And
Yeah, they
then
might throw them out then.
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Are we ready to see a two-loss
They
G5
did
team
again.
get
I
in the
don't,
college football playoff?
Chuck. I don't know, Chuck. We don't. I don't know that Army loses to Notre Dame. I don't know that.
Oh
I'm not gonna
boy.
put. I'm not gonna put this. This Notre Dame we talking about now. Come on
Notre
now.
Dame about to run through Army, bro. Like, I mean,
Nah,
they
I
about
don't
they
know.
about to give it to them, bro. They gonna like your quarterback's your best runner. I don't think that it goes
I don't
down
know,
like
man.
that.
I don't
Um,
know, man. I'm not ready to say
and yeah, I
Notre
forget.
Dame
Hey,
just beat
DP, I
Army.
forgot about North Dakota State, South Dakota State. I don't know if they'll probably be in. They be balling too. Maybe they can make the the group of five playoff bracket. You know what I'm saying? That'd be dope for them too. I think so. But man, we got it's 11:37, bro. We still got 3 games to pick left, man. We got to
Let's
move
get
on.
it. Let's get it.
We got Oregon at
You
Wisconsin.
already know. Quack
Yeah, I
quack
know.
quack quack.
Quack quack. Yeah, that's what you're rolling with, the Ducks.
What did you just do? Hey, hold up, don't play with me like that, dog. You put me down there in Wisconsin, don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't
you
do
know
that.
I'm rolling with Oregon, man, as well, man. Oregon got to win out. But Wisconsin is, I think I heard a couple people saying they would take Wisconsin in the points, 13.5 points. They're giving Wisconsin at home. Um, because Oregon, who did they play last week? I can't remember who they played last week, but they Maryland. Maryland scored a couple touchdowns and made it look interesting with Oregon. So they think Wisconsin can have a better game. I don't think so, bro. Oregon's a week in, week out game, a team. They about to put something on Wisconsin. This is going to be different. I don't think Wisconsin even gets remotely close to beating Oregon today.
Wisconsin on a 2-game losing streak.
Yeah, like I don't think they get close to them today, man. Um, I don't know if you want to go with props or not with that one, but I want to get to this game right here.
No, we can keep it pushing. Keep it
Let's
pushing.
get it. Tennessee at Georgia. I know y'all been waiting for this. Like, I know they got to pick this game right now. The Tennessee at Georgia game. What are we doing? What's going on with this game right here? This game is Ayo. You said Tennessee. Hey, you know what? I
I ain't
picked
pick.
against the Bulldogs last week.
I didn't pick against. I ain't pick nobody yet.
I did. I picked against the Bulldogs last week, but this week I'm going with the Bulldogs to beat Tennessee. The SEC is shaking up the exact way that I said it. The exact way that I said it. It is
You
shaping up that way. The
you had it,
exact
but
way I said it, bro.
you
The
had it
exact
by
way we talked about is going that way. Georgia's about to shake it up some more today, beating Tennessee. Yeah, that's what's happening.
You put your face beside Tennessee twice.
Yeah, because I got it. I have the I gotta switch the names up. I got the names a little
You got the
worded
name?
wrong
You
on my
do?
little
You do?
board. I
You
gotta
do?
get that
You
right.
do?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotta figure that out, bro.
No. But like I said, the only way you beat Tennessee, you get Nico off of his spot. Georgia, I can't remember the opponent they were playing, but they had a pretty good game rushing the passer. But I just think the Josh Heupel offense. He has the answers for Kirby Smart's defense. He does. It's just about them executing. I'm taking the Volunteers in this game. I do not trust Carson Beck against this defense. Again, like I said, we make a lot about how good South Carolina's defense is, and they deserve all the praise. But Tennessee has a good defense as well, right? Um, Georgia losing to Ole Miss, which I think when you look at it, Tennessee and Ole Miss are the same team in my opinion. Obviously, Ole
Mm-mm,
Miss
mm-mm,
has the quarterback advantage with Jackson Dart, but I think they're the
mm-mm,
same team. I think they're the same
mm-mm.
team,
No,
same approach.
no. That defense
No,
for Ole Miss is stacked from the front all the way to the back. That defense at Ole Miss should not have two losses right now, Shad, in
but
my
they
opinion.
got. I
No,
mean,
they are hands down. The most consistent defense we see is South Carolina. Consistency matters, right? They're the
yeah,
most consistent. Ole Miss has been getting better. They figured out how to play against each other, and that's why you seen total domination last week with Ole Miss versus Georgia, because that defense, that team that they got out of transfer portal has just now start gelling together at the right time. They figured out each other's strengths. It may be a little too late because they might sneak in there, but Georgia getting humiliated last week. I think that styles make fights, and this is a good style fight with Tennessee and Georgia. But I do not think that Tennessee has Georgia's answer. I think Georgia goes out there today and they put on something, and they shock Tennessee, bro. All right, DP said he got Tennessee too. That's what's up. So
if you don't get him off of his spot, oh wow. Katie came in with Katie took the silence off. Ooh, Katie, I was thinking about that too because I did not know the people were 8-1. I did not know the people were 8-1. I saw that, I said, ooh.
y'all got to remember they 8-1. I like the comment, Katie, and I'm gonna read it. So Washington State has one loss without Cam Ward, but with them in 2023 they were 5-7. I guess getting rid of 19 turnovers will do that.
It'll do it every time. It'll
Yes, it
do it
will.
every
Hey,
time.
they pretty much in the
Oh,
G5 conference right now. I mean, well,
Katie
they're the
just,
new Pac-12. Yeah, a lot of those
Katie
teams
just,
are moving over to the Pac-12, but that's who they played, a bunch of group of five teams in the Mountain West. You know
I
what I'm
can't believe
saying?
Katie, I can't believe
Like
Katie just emptied the clip like that.
that's like taking Pitt. Now, I don't even want to say Pitt, right? But Pitt has been playing pretty bad. But we'll say
SEC.
Stanford. That's like taking Stanford and putting Stanford against all the MAC teams.
Yeah. Yeah, they schedule. I mean, yeah. Looking at the schedule, it hasn't been daunting. But I mean, you're 8-1, man. Can't take nothing away. They got one of the better quarterbacks in college football. They got a solid team over there.
Oh,
They
Georgia
got a
down to
solid
one
team.
back. She said, I like Georgia to get it done, man. I think that I don't know, man. I like Georgia to get it done. Um, and then it's like the SEC has just been taking each other out, man. The way that we said it, man, it's looking good so far, so good. The SEC just been they really been beating up on each other this year, man. Tennessee's number one right now. If Georgia beats Tennessee today, Tennessee drops out of the number one spot in the conference. Texas and Texas A&M wind up being at the top of the number one and number two, I would guess, in the SEC. If they win, they both, assuming they both win today. I think Texas A&M is on a bye week, I believe. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But then Texas and Texas A&M play each other, so one of them guys have to lose, which would probably put Georgia back up there. But Ole Miss owns the tiebreaker over Georgia, so if Ole Miss wins out, they would wind up being in
Hey,
the champion. So Georgia very well may lose on purpose, so Ole Miss don't wind up having a chance to play for the the SEC championship, because they would jump over Georgia, in my opinion, if Georgia beats
who?
Tennessee today. So
Who would
so
jump over
look,
Georgia? Who would jump over
so
Georgia?
so Ole Miss would go over Georgia because they beat
They
Georgia,
already
right?
they already over Georgia.
No,
They
no. In,
11.
in, in the SEC, the way that it stands is
Oh, you talking about? You talking about that?
Tennessee's in
Oh,
first, Texas A&M's in second, Texas Longhorns are third, Georgia's in fourth, Ole Miss in fifth, Alabama's in sixth place right now, right?
yeah, yeah,
So if
yeah.
Georgia beats Tennessee today, Tennessee would drop out of the first, and then the first game they would go to like third place. Texas A&M and Texas will be at the top. They
Yeah,
play
number
each
one and two.
other, right? So
Yeah, they
one of
play
those
each other.
teams have to lose. So then
Yep.
Ole Miss would jump over them because I think what Georgia beat Texas, right? Georgia beat Texas and Ole Miss beat Georgia. So Ole Miss would
Yeah,
be wind up playing for the SEC championship. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's how that would shape out, right? And
yeah. Georgia put the smack down on Texas.
man, listen, bro, it's the football is about to be crazy. If Ole Miss wins the SEC, I'm back. I'm sending everybody $1,000 if Ole Miss win the SEC. I got a lot of money riding on Ole Miss to win the SEC. A lot of money, a lot of money. The odds was crazy. Ain't nobody think they could do it, but I told them to do it. But if they win, I'm sending everybody a stack. That's in her that rocks with me.
Oh, okay.
Where what's the big the Big 12. I don't know. Iowa State, they right there on the outside looking in. So I took Iowa State to win the Big 12, but I don't look like that's gonna happen. There's some things that gotta happen, but we've seen crazier things happen. But we'll
Yeah,
see
we'll
what
see.
happens, man. We'll see. College football is just crazy. She said no, Shad. Katie said no, Shad. Ole Miss is the team. Nobody wants to play now. 15 sacks in 2 games. Come on, man.
Oh no, yeah, no, yeah. Oh, Miss is playing right now.
DP said,
Yeah,
yeah, Ole Miss is they crazy right now. They that's what I said. They figured it out, bro. They figured it out right on time. Right on time. The last game we got on the slide today
last
in
game.
Cincinnati at Iowa State.
Mm. I'm gonna
Yeah.
let you lead off on this, man, because I know this a soft spot for you right here.
Well, we already know that this game has huge implications for Iowa State, sitting at 7-2 overall, 4-2 in the Big 12. Rocco Beck at that team over there at Iowa State, they had a couple of hard losses, close games. They dropped one to Texas Tech. I believe that Texas Tech game that they played them, it was a good style game. Texas Tech came out, smacked them in the mouth. I think Iowa State at that point in time was just on cruise control and not playing up to their potential. I think that they kind of needed that shock to their system, man. To be honest with you, I think they needed that shock to their system in order to play that the way that you're about to see them play today versus Cincinnati because they still are in the race for the Big 12 championship. I took them to do it. I think that Rocco Beck is the best system quarterback in the Big 12. The
Oh, the big.
best
Oh, we should do it.
system quarterback. The best system quarterback.
We should do it because y'all had the discussion now.
Shador ain't a system quarterback. Shador is
That
just
ain't
a
what
great overall quarterback.
that ain't what y'all said on that show the other day. Y'all
Did I
said that
say
man
that,
be
or
y'all.
did somebody
You
else
right.
say that?
You didn't say that. You didn't say that.
Okay,
But it
okay,
was alluded that this man running the same offense he been running since high school.
okay, okay. All right. But if I
So
didn't say that,
I ain't gonna put you right. I ain't gonna put that weight on you.
all right.
But it was said he been running the same offense since high school.
Yeah. I believe I believe Solid Gold man have said that he knows a lot about. He was in Texas. He's seen Shador in that offense and running that same offense throughout high school. I think they ran it up at Jackson State.
They did.
And I think he was on point with his assessment as far as that went. You know what I mean? Because Shador struggled when he was in with the Sean Lewis offense. He struggled in that offense, and yeah,
He struggled. As a matter of fact, he struggled because they had to change the play calls at Jackson State. The current head coach,
all
they
right,
took play calling duties away from him. Shador
all right,
was the offense was struggling. So
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so when you're looking at that, like when you look at it like in that way, yeah, I just think he's a good quarterback overall. Shador Sanders is. I think he's grown a lot. But when you're talking about a system quarterback, I like Rocco Beck. He's good in that system that they run over at Iowa, man. He's in them schemes. He gets the job done. He's not the most flashy quarterback out there. He's not going, wow you every single play, but he gets the job done nonetheless. And I'm standing on that, man, with him. And I like the way he performs, man. I'm going with Iowa State, man, at home.
Yeah, I'm
Over
going with Iowa State
man.
too. Got a fantasy receiver, Jalen Noel on the team. He got me 2 touchdowns last week, I believe. No, I think he got me 2 touchdowns last week, or 1 touchdown, either way. But I'm going
Oh
with Iowa
yeah.
State. Well, Iowa State, man. Sorry,
Oh yeah.
Brendan. Sorry, Brendan Sorsby. I'll take another L today, buddy.
You know what, man? He has played a lot better though, man. I must give it up to that man, yo. He has
Hey,
played a
man.
lot better
Hey, man.
since
Keep
he's
them.
been at Cincinnati, man.
Keep them participation trophies over there, man.
Oh man, he has, bro. He has, bro. He was trash.
Hey,
He was hot. Well, I don't know. It could just because he in the Big 12 where he at, and the Big 12 is not the league that anybody thought it was going to be at all. But and I don't know if that's actually true. I don't know if I don't know. I just think everybody was wrong, and everybody don't want to admit that they were wrong about the Big 12, right? I think that's what that is. What that comes
what
down
this
to.
year?
Yeah, man, because people saying the Big 12 is just like it's just a bad league, and I'm like, well, I think some people saying that to scapegoat the reason of Colorado being one of the better teams.
Oh no.
Iowa State being one of the better teams, BYU being one of the better teams, because they can't just say some people can't say that they were wrong. They were
I mean, but
totally
you
wrong.
know what? But you know what
BYU
though?
was they're over under on the season. If you took BYU's over, they 4 games. I think they had 3.5, 4 games. That's what they had them projected to win. BYU, they're undefeated right now. That Cincinnati was the next bottom team. They already won 5 games. Iowa State was at the middle of the pack. They didn't even think Iowa State had a chance to win 7 games. I think their was like 5.5. Colorado's was at 5.5. They put Kansas at 9-9, 8-9 wins or something like that. Arizona at 8-9 wins. I think Baylor's already went over their wins. West Virginia was another date. I think a lot of people were having West Virginia winning the Big 12 this year. Like it's just been everywhere. It's really been everywhere.
But you-
Susie
but
Pink,
you
what's up? What's going on?
but
Katie
but you
What's up?
but you know what? To piggyback off what you said, going into this season, obviously the top 3 teams, probably obviously I don't think no one's gonna argue the top 3 teams in no
Mm-hmm,
particular order were supposed to be Oklahoma State, Utah, and Kansas, right?
mm-hmm,
But at the same token, those 3 teams have gotten replaced by a BYU, by a Arizona State, by a Colorado.
mm-hmm.
So I'm not so like I said, no, I'm not. I mean, obviously I know some people. Like I said, everybody crack jokes on Colorado and stuff like that, but I'm not gonna be a hater to that extent to say, look, the only reason y'all got this record is because the perceived top teams, you know,
Are bad.
an injury happened at Utah. Jalen Daniels looks terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Your guy Bowman turning the ball over at Oklahoma
Not
State.
my
No, it's
guy.
like
Not my
it's
guy.
nah. That's your guy. It's your guy. It's your guy. It's your guy. No, but on the real though, like I said, because I know we gotta close this out because the game's about to start. But I mean, that's what happens. I mean, things get replaced. I mean, you can look at. I mean, even in the SEC, right?
Uh-huh.
Nobody expected Texas A&M to be to Texas A&M has replaced up until this particular point they've replaced. You can either say they replaced what should have been LSU this year, which that's my opinion, or you could say they've replaced what Georgia or Alabama should have been. I
Hold
mean,
up,
either
hold up.
either or.
Before you keep going, and if remember where you at right now, because however, me and you discussed
the SEC being exactly what it is right now. No, in no particular order, but we discussed the SEC looking the way it is right now. We discussed this. So just wanted to give us our just do, because we definitely discussed it and we talked about the SEC shaping up and looking like it is right now. But continue.
Yeah. And then same thing goes for the Big Ten. You know, coming into the season, the top 3 teams, you would say, hey, look, it's going to be Oregon, it's going to be Ohio State, it's going to be Penn State. But Indiana,
Yeah.
Indiana very well is Indiana right now is the second best team in the Big Ten. Now, I mean, they may fall to Ohio State and, you know, however that situation goes, but I mean, that's what it is. So, I mean, each one of these conferences, a team that was perceived to be in a certain place is not there, but they have been replaced by another team, right? Pittsburgh and SMU have replaced what many people should have felt like it should have been Clemson and Florida State. It's supposed to have been a 3, and even North Carolina, right? But Miami showed up, Pitt has showed up, SMU came in kicking the door. You know what I mean? And so it's just been a replacement.
So now it's just football's horrible. There's people out that the college football is just bad. How? It's not. It's teams have stepped up. Different teams have stepped up.
But you know what? That goes back to the aspect of it all, man. Because people still get caught up in that logo, man. It's over with. This is the NFL now, and I love it. Ain't no more logo.
Thank you.
Ain't no more logo.
Thank you.
I mean, for crying out loud, it's 2024. If you Chuck it, let's go back to 2020. If someone tells you hold on, let me make sure I word this correctly, because I'm about to say something that I know you're gonna push me back on. So let me reword this. If in 2020 somebody told you that in 2024 the Detroit Lions would be the best team in the NFC, what would you have told that person?
And what? In 2024?
If in 2020 someone told you, bro, the Detroit Lions are gonna be the best team in the NFC in 2024,
they called me crazy when I said that shit.
You said in 2020 the Detroit Lions are the best team in the NFC.
I absolutely did. It was on the I'll tell you exact moment that it was. I was watching First Take with Stephen A. I got in the comments and I said the Detroit Lions will be a better team in the next 5 years. They probably will have a chance to win the Super Bowl. They called me crazy in the comments, but I did say that. I did. I mean,
I'll say me. I would have said the same thing. You crazy. This is the Detroit Lions we're talking about. We're talking about a program. We're talking about a franchise that had their 2 best players in history. Say, I'm not playing for y'all because y'all not taking football serious right now. But I mean, they're the best. I was gonna say the best team in NFL, but I know that little Steelers stuff. Y'all get a little sensitive over there.
I just got this weird thing. Like it's just part of my survival tactics, how I survive life in the neighborhood that I was growing up in a little bit. Like this, I could foresee a little couple of things. I ain't saying it's a special gift, but some people got that intuition and some people just don't. And I seen them getting better. I seen things in the Detroit Lions like, dang, they're a couple positions away from being a good football team. You know what I'm saying? I seen that back then. Like they get a couple positions, they're gonna be a good team. I mean, and then obviously you got no choice but to get better when you keep getting the first round pick and the first 5 picks for 7 years in a row. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get better,
Yeah, they cooking.
Gotta get better. But yeah, I mean, like we talked about college football being this way, man. And I appreciate everybody that came through this morning, man, and rock with us, man. I really do, man. But me and Shad, we definitely talked about college football being the way it is right now, man. I want to give you your flowers on that, bro, because we discussed that at length too, man. So go back and watch some of our fans' point of view shows, man. From the summer months ago, discussed college football and the transfer portal, changing the way that college football was going to be, and the way the season was going to shape up, and it becoming, and it's done just that. I even talked about Indiana at depth in one of our episodes where we talked about the Big Ten. I talked about Cignetti and in a little bit of Curtis Ryuk Rourke being the way that he is right now. So yeah, check us out, man. Go look in the archives, man, because we get into some good conversations.
We also talked about a lot of players that should have been in the Hall of Fame. We done episodes on that. We talked about a lot of stuff, man. A lot of good stuff, man. But I think we saw it coming, and the mainstream media just didn't. And a lot of people, at the time would come in, watch our show, call us crazy, dip out. They don't know what they're talking about, blah blah blah. But yeah, it's time for y'all. It's time for people out there to give us our just due. I give you your flowers, bro. You've been excellent, bro. Great. I
You've been
appreciate it.
excellent too, bro. Yeah.
All right, no doubt. All right, man. Y'all stay good, man. Be safe today.
Peace.
All right. Goes.